window here. And then we started to group the ideas together. So for those of you who know about community mapping, it's all about, it's great to have ideas, but can we actually consolidate them and group them into ideas? So we did that first. And some of the ideas that we came up with, and some of the sections we came up with, local community. So things like knowing the local people, who's nearby like me, connect with me, connect someone like me, that sort of thing. And then some level of personalization. So we thought, it's very important to actually know who I am as a traveller in London for the first time, or maybe for the second time. What can I do right now? So, and then offers was the other thing that we had. Not many things to do with offers, but I think there's something there. That sort of the social side, with offers. Then some sort of itinerary mapping, places of convenience. So let's say, to do with the things that you traditionally do when you're on holiday: drink, eat, sleep. Where can I do those things? Party, events. And also, come back to that bit in a second. Then we thought it's all great to have all these ideas, but how feasible and how realistic are these ideas? So the next thing we did, which is behind you guys over there, is we did something like personas, but we call it empathy mapping, which is basically, we first started with 3 different personas, a business traveller, student who's backpacking, and a family who's travelling to London for the first time. And we had some ideas around those, and if you've never done this before, it's basically seeing, saying, knowing, doing, feeling, and hearing what these people actually want when they're actually here. And we thought actually how realistic is this? So we ended up talking and inviting some people in who've actually experienced travelling in a foreign country before to validate some of the ideas. So for example, as a business traveller, what's quite important to me is that, things I didn't know, because I don't actually have that much time. I'm usually doing my business part, which is like 3 or 4 days, and I've got 2 days in a weekend. I don't have much time, so maybe just create an itinerary for me, and include my peers. So we did a lot of validation by interviewing. What was really powerful about interviewing real people, because traditionally what you would do is you would go to the streets and you would go to the areas that these people would hang out, but we don't have that time. So what was interesting was we got some level of reality to map back to some of the ideas of what these people will be doing. So we found that very useful.
You have like 10 seconds.
Yeah, so after we did that, we came up with some features. We actually came up with an elevator pitch as well for one idea. So our main idea is basically, find a travel buddy so that for people who are traveling alone, who want to get company or find someone who's like them to travel with, so that they have a safe, fun, cost-effective, recommended, shared, advice-driven proposition backed up by trusted local recommendations.
Questions?
It talks about the concept, but what's the app or how are you going to search for these people? How are they going to know which of these people you are?
Oh, so I guess that part of it is, help me out guys, by the way, is at some point that we started to do user journey. I think there may have to be a website where you would engage with initially, sort of tell people who you are and join a community of some sort, and that community is basically of trusted local advisors who traveled the world.
One of the other things is, at the moment, one of the things we said, when you go and travel on your own, you're kind of on your own and you're scared and you don't know what to do and where to go. So the idea of one of the ideas was I'd have a travel buddy. So ordinarily you would go on holiday with your friends or with your family. You'd put in what you did on every day, all the places you went. That would then become a buddy. And if one of your other friends or someone else was going on holiday to the same location, you would send that buddy to them. And then they would then be able to say, oh, okay, this is what they did. These are all the places.
Virtual buddy. She's not a real person as such, but it could be a combination.
So you have a website that you set this up, and then the buddy would be the phone app.
So you travel around with this virtual travel buddy as you go.
So that is a mobile phone. We have to move on to the next. Okay. So if we go